This is a Tactical Genius production. Welcome to Virtual Pool 4 Online.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to VP4 TV. Welcome back to Virtual Pool 4 Online. The matches are coming thick and fast. We've got another one in the VP4 2022 Black Ball World Championship. It's a one-loss side match between LS3 from the United Kingdom and Quagmire from the Republic of Ireland. Now, LS3 joined the lobby a little while ago. I don't know where she's went. Let's have a quick look. She probably... Well, she's maybe going to reboot the computer. I don't see her there now. But Quagmire was in. He was in the chat, and he still is in the chat. And they are going to go head to head in about 5 minutes' time. If you had a look at the VP4 latest news that I posted just at the beginning of the stream, The latest news, in case you haven't heard, Steve joined the stream last night, did a bit of commentary, and at the end of the matches, just before he left, he gave us an update on the work he's been doing on the Virtual Pool 4 leagues, which, if you noticed in the lobby, the league tab has always been there, but it's never been operational. But the news Steve was given was that the league system is pretty much constructed and at a point where he wants to start doing a bit of public testing on it. As far as we can gather, it's probably maybe another couple of weeks away. He'll still be tweaking stuff, and it'll be something like a 3-ball league as a test to make sure the functionality's there and everything's operational, and needless to say, probably fix a few bugs in the process. So I asked Steve last night, because he had a lot of information, but I suggested that he might do it on a video and show us what it looks like and talks us through it that way, and he said he might do that. Whether he has the time to do it, I don't know, but we'll wait and see to get further information on it, which should add another bit of variety. But you've got to want to participate in them, so I would encourage people to have a look at the video if there is one, and then of course any queries hopefully will get answered by Steve. If there's any queries, you can ask him on the stream at any time. Once the thing is in its testing process, he said he's been doing a lot of extensive testing on it, and it seems to be working okay. But well, that's the next thing to come. In the meantime, we have this match between LS3 and Quagmire. Now we'll have a look at the bracket. This is as far as I know, it's the only match tonight. And that is it there. Now Quagmire was sent to the one-loss side by Cheeky Chico. Cheeky Chico had a comfortable win by 13 racks to 5, and LS3, of course, bumped into semi-pro in the first round. She managed to get 6 racks off him, and I would put LS3 as the favourite in this match. But I've not really seen Quagmire a lot, but I reckon that LS3 should be the stronger player of the two, but who am I to know? We're still recovering from that good match last night by Zangetsu, the one that we thought would give Stubb trouble, and he did. Zangetsu's now through to play Mark Shark, who won earlier on this afternoon in the match we had today. Mark Shark won by 13 racks to 4. It was a fairly comfortable win for Mark Shark. Little Wolf had chances, but the same old thing, couldn't see them through. So that is Zangetsu's next opponent, and it should be a good match. We've got the semi-pro match tomorrow afternoon, semi-pro in Cheeky Chico, and that's at 3 PM British Summer Time. And also tomorrow at 5 PM, so that's 2 hours later, we've got Snake Eyes and Sylvia. What's going on now? Well, Hazard should know that I don't answer PMs in the stream. So I don't know what he's getting at, but it might be better to come into the stream and tell me, because I'm not opening PMs on a live stream. You'll never learn. But I've definitely got my mic on, so I presume everybody can hear me okay. Hang on to adjust my seat. That's better. Well, I've missed everybody that's come in. Good evening to Mark, good evening to Semi Pro, good evening to Cobra. What's his ad going on about? He can come into the stream and ask me. I don't like opening PMs on a stream in case he's want to tell me he loves me again. What was I talking about there? I've totally lost my train of thought now. That's it. It's going in and out my head. Anyway, the room's about to go up. But I think he's probably going to tell me I've got something done wrong somewhere along the line, but I don't know what it is. I'm looking for it. I'm looking to see where the problem is. Nope. But I don't see him in the stream. He could at least come into the stream and ask. But anyway, oh aye, that's what I was going to say. I mentioned it. I think I mentioned it earlier, did I? I sent a message to. I think I maybe mentioned it in the chat. I sent a message to MC Clarkey. What was that? Wait a minute to read this damn thing, can I? Oh, I did. I forgot that. Yes, I did. But now I've totally forgotten what I was saying there. Now, what was I saying? Yeah, I sent a message to MC Clarkey on Facebook, and I've had no response. I think he's out the country or something, and he's been. I mean, Steve said there was 2 messages sent to him on April the 1st and April the 2nd by his opponent, Dirties. I always say Dirties. It's a simple way to say it for me. I don't know what his name's meant to say, how it's meant to sound, but there's been no response from MC Clarkey to those proposals. So it has to be the case that either something's cropped up or he is on vacation, as I say. The room is up. Let's get in. They're probably lagging off. In fact, they're probably started. Nope, they're just about to. So LS3 has won the lag. She has the break. So race to 11 on the one loss side. Well, Hazard still not come into the stream, so I don't know what his problem is, but I don't want to find out. And now I don't know whether Steve's. I'm not in Discord, so I assumed he wouldn't be here. Good evening to Mr. M. Who's Mr. M in VP4? Does anybody know? Is that somebody else in disguise? So LS3 has plumped for the yellows, but has trouble ahead. Well, now what do? Do you just try and nestle in the corner? Can she squeeze into the corner? Why not just stick the cue ball right next to the yellow? That's not going to do an awful lot of harm. I wonder if Hazard, somebody do me a favour. Somebody message Hazard and ask him what he wants and tell him that he should know not to PM me in a stream. I'm not being ignorant, I just don't like opening PMs in a live stream. Right, thanks Mark. Well, I thought LS3 would have put the cue ball in there in that last shot. She's done it now. Now, Quagmire has got a 1913 rating. Now, that obviously tells me one thing, that he's winning his fair share of games. So, the assumption is he's no mug. Well, that's Steve been in and out twice. Just give me a second, guys. Hang on. So you've arrived, have you?
Yeah, I had problems with Discord. I had to reboot my computer to get it to work.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd be coming on, so I didn't come into Discord. Anyway, Steve's arrived. Any joy, Mark? So I've got LS3 down as a favourite, but Quagmire's got a healthy rating for Black Ball.
Yeah, I have not seen Quagmire play. LS3 I'm a little more familiar with, although I haven't really seen her play Black Ball. But I mean, I'd like to see LS3 do well. I mean, she plays in a lot of tournaments, and it'd be great to see her go deep into this.
All right, thanks for trying, Mark. So obviously he's got other things to do. But like I said, if he wants to say something, tell him to come into the stream. But I don't open. I make it a rule. I don't open PMs while I'm streaming. Now, where are we in this game? Because I'm losing track already.
LS3's about to win.
Well, I set one record yesterday. That was 6.5 hours for that stream yesterday. And boy, did I pay for that this morning. Oh, there says Sylvia's in the chat. Welcome.
Oh, hi, Sylvia.
It's girl power tonight.
Yeah.
Well, it is, of course. The important thing about that free shot is use it to your advantage. And semi-pro is right. A lot of players, I think some players are at a loss what to do with this free shot.
Yeah, that's the most powerful thing in this game. I mean, this game is very similar to other types of 8-ball we play in the States, but that free shot is, that's something that we don't have here, and it really makes a huge difference in strategy.
Yeah, I mean, you could be in a rack where all your balls are dead and buried, and one shot you can turn it on its head.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of a free shot.
Oh.
Well, I've got a question, because I'm assuming, let me know if I'm wrong here, that if you have a free shot, you can pot your opponent's ball.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, so that really makes it, even more powerful, because...
a blocking ball over the pocket, get rid of it if you've got the free shot.
Well, Quagmire's going to try to deal with this problem right here, I would imagine. He needs to hit this with some speed, though. He's got to get some separation with that red. Nope, that's not going to do it. Well, he got the yellow out of there, so I think he's okay.
Well, he's got to roll this one. I presume he's going to play this one down the table. Is he to try and get around and out for this other one? I think that was a bad move.
Well, I think your plan was better here. Yeah, that was a little tricky getting around. I think the way he played it was, if you got the precision just to bump that yellow, that was great. If you don't, then you got to put some speed into that. But, whatever, he got in a good spot, and then he he didn't make the smart play.
I was thinking that where the donut is, where I've got the donut is, had he just dropped that in and left himself a little angle in this red, he could have run this red in, and he might have taken a risk running in towards one of these yellows, but he's trying to get in a position where he could, you know, I think dropping that 8-ball in's tight, but he could certainly have ran it up the rail. And again, I don't know why he didn't see that as the easiest option.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was a tricky situation because, you know, if you don't get right on that red, getting to the 8 was going to be difficult. I mean, it wasn't easy, but, you know, obviously the choice he made was to try to go around. That was pretty tough. Well, I mean, you would think that LS3 is going to win from this position.
There you go. You've done it, Steve. That was your fault.
Sorry. Yeah.
So now this is, well, there's a big gap to run this cue ball around. The only problem is the angle it's going. There's a fair chance he could be hooked behind one of these yellows and not see this 8-ball.
Yeah, this is a tricky situation. I mean,
do you think he could? Well, see, the problem is he's over the yellow. He could maybe try and stun it in and cut it down the rail into this bottom left pocket. But
he can play this in 4 rails.
Well, that's
he was trying to get straight. He was trying to get straight in on it.
Well, LS3 wants to take that yellow that's up table right now because you don't want to be trying to get to the 8-ball from that yellow up table. Unless you're going to go to the side rail up the top end of the table.
Yeah, I agree. You definitely want to be finishing on this side of the table. Yeah, boy, that's a little bit funny. I think she's okay, but it's a little funny. I think she's going to probably have to stun this ball. Yep.
That's there's a right
That's
angle
a little
there.
on the straight side.
Straight, but now this is, I don't like the look of them either way. Dropping it in dead weight.
Oh, I think you got to shoot this up in the corner. That angle on these side pockets is so tough. She's looking at the side though.
Yeah, and I was never convinced she was lined up that properly right from the start there. So this is a gift for Quagmire to tie it up. Oh dear.
Or not. Wow.
Well, that's us cursed them twice.
Yeah, that was you. That don't give me credit for that one.
But it's 2-0. Oh dear, here we go, first one of the night.
Yeah, that's kind of a rough scratch, you know, up there because the cue ball got kicked. I mean, that's, you know, that's pretty much a bad roll there. There's not a lot you can do about that one.
Yeah, the first thing about that semi-pro is LS3 was not lined up to that shot. The way she was lined, she was always pushing it into that bump. Now Sylvia doesn't like the purple cloth. The contrast I thought was good with the reds and yellows, and that's 1 vote for no, where we've had 2 or 3 people like it.
That was 2, because remember I voted no on it the other day.
Well, you didn't, right? So what colour do you like then? I'll go with the majority.
The only thing I'll say about the purple cloth is that it goes pretty good with the rails. Although I don't think that's not maybe the best reason to have it.
Right.
Let's see. Let me look at some other ones on my system and see what we got.
See, that's annoying because the red. I don't like that with the red balls.
You don't like what?
Well, when you put the red cloth, you've got the red balls. I don't think that's a good
No, I don't like that. How about tan? Tan looks good. That's a high contrast. At least it is on the computer. I don't know about your stream. Try the tan. You just went by it. There you go.
I'm just waiting for the responses. Cobra likes purple. I know he likes the purple.
Yeah, Cobra said he likes purple.
I don't know what this looks like. This looks like part of the Sahara Desert.
Yeah, I mean dark gray. That's a lot of contrast for that. You ever use dark gray for streams?
No, never at all.
Yeah, I mean it really makes the balls pop.
Now you see, that's the thing about. See, the thing I've got about Americans is they're poor spelling. I mean, look at dark grey, Gray.
Oh yeah, I know.
Well, there you go, folks. Anyway, back to the game. It's 2 racks to 1. And Quagmire's had a couple of balls. Now,
Evening to Michael.
These, now that last red that's up the table there, that's a good red just to cut across for the 8-ball. Now, is he going to be sensible enough to get himself good on that last red?
Yeah, I would shoot this one he's got right in front of the pocket right now. That was the right play. Get that out of there because it's kind of funny getting on it.
I'm more worried about what's going on at the top of the table. I'm assuming he's going to pot this. The thing is,
he's funny here on if he shoots the one in the corner there, he's going to have to hit it with left English to get it to come across for that other red. If he otherwise he's playing for the one that you want to keep for last.
I'm thinking if we kept to one that's on the right for last, that's even easier to get onto the 8-ball because you're just rolling through.
Well, he is going to hit this with right English, so I mean left English. He's going to hold this ball and come back across, so just got to get reasonable speed on it.
Ditch the grey, says Cobra.
He was going to attempt to do it. He didn't hit it very good.
Yeah, and I think he's probably glad he didn't pot it because look at where he stuck himself right in the mire with no shot.
Well, let's see if LS3 can work this out. Not sure what she was doing there. Maybe she's thinking she'd get across and pot that red in front of the pocket. That was tough from that angle.
Well, I reckon that if she gets... Well, she's obviously not played... I don't know whether she's played for that one in the top rail, but...
Well, you know, one idea is... Well, that's even worse. I was thinking you might be able to get the red out of there with the ball she just bumped, but, you know, that thing will probably come out of there if you hit it with speed. And then it's a question of being able to do something with a cue ball where you don't give up a shot. I think it's time to play for position here. Put this right in front of the pocket. I think that's what we. Yeah, well, I think she was trying to get the yellow right in front of the pocket and just didn't hit it well.
Yeah, but we're not going to give her the benefit of doubt that she played to leave the cue ball there and leave Quagmire nothing.
Yeah, that's a little too handy there. But you know, where that yellow ended up on the red actually is pretty good. I would have tried to hang the yellow in the pocket, but you know, I mean, that red can still be made, but it's from a limited spot. All right, now here I'd be banking that red that's the yellow that's right by the red. Bank it up there and. Yeah, see, I would have shot that bank, and because even if you miss it, you hit it at good speed, you hang it in front of the pocket, in front of the red, and then you've got a chance to move that red out of there when you make it.
Yeah, I agree with you, because you're not going to do much with it where it's sitting there.
No, she played the wrong shot. She should have banked that yellow when she had the chance.
Semi-pro's not happy.
you know, it was close enough to the rail. You're probably gonna have to overcut it, but even doing that, just to get it up there by those balls, would have been good play. Well, that's a nice play, getting that ball in front of the pocket.
Right, wait till this rack's over and see if I can get this to go this funny green colour. It probably won't for me, but there's two different shades of green in VP4. There always has been for me.
No, I think the pub table is a different shade of green.
Yeah, but
I don't think that red goes, so he eats that, you know.
There was one thing that's always I've always meant to ask you, Steve.
Oh,
Do you know what's wrong with this tournament setup? This tournament you set, this black ball tournament. Have you not noticed something's missing?
No.
No.
I'm sure you're going to tell me what it is.
Well, I'll give you a big and obvious clue. The big and obvious clue is at the end of the rack, and the beginning of the next rack. I'll let you think about it.
Oh,
somebody's going to work it out.
A sponsor. There's no sponsor for it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a glaring omission, I guess, huh? Well, it's looking like Quagmire is going to win a game, although, well, maybe not. maybe not. That is not where you want to put the cue ball. Oh, I'm sorry. What's going on? Am I on the wrong person again?
LS3's on the yellows.
Yeah, I'm on the wrong person again.
And dare I say it, about to win this rack for a 3-1 lead. He's getting annoyed. Right, we'll let her break off, and I'll mess with this cloth. I want to show you guys this and see if you notice the difference. It probably won't work again. Let me just do this. I'm going to go to green. Right now, tell me if you notice anything. I'll soon tell you if I notice anything. I'm going to go to green. Right now, there's the green colour. Right. So if I come out of that and go to settings again, and go to miscellaneous and then change it to default.
That's not the default. That's a different green.
Right, you see that there's always been this a brilliant green.
Yeah, if you go to the default color, it's a bright green.
Now, who prefers the bright green and who prefers the darker green? They've still got 2 votes in the chat for purple, I'm afraid. I might have to go back to purple.
10-second memory loss. It might be more than 10.
Right, anyway, I'm sticking with this just to annoy people. Now, I'm pretty certain that yellow ball isn't going anywhere next to the 8 ball. It's dead. Now, you know what Stubb would do here? He would smack this yellow and try and cut it in and bang into the 8 ball and probably pot the 8 ball and lose a rack. Well, he did pretty much everything else last night.
Yep, this is trouble at this point.
Yeah, and the bad news for Quagmire is that that says, obviously it says yellow ball that's locked up in the 8 ball, but that 8 ball is quite handy for potting the red and just cutting the 8 in. So it doesn't look good for his prospects here.
Yeah. If I'm LS3, I'm thinking about putting this red down in that pocket in front of the 8 ball.
It's a bit of extra insurance.
You don't want to make it though. Yeah, the reason I like doing that is because it gives you a ball you can break that 8 ball out with, and if you can do that and not give up a shot on a yellow.
Yeah, but why do you want to break the 8 ball out? You don't need to.
No, that's why you want to hang it in the pocket. You want to leave it for later. Oh, does it go without?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, it goes. You're right.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that actually when I thought it was locked up where you couldn't get to it.
Good evening to Larry. Whiz Kid as well. I probably missed half a dozen people. Spud Boy, there's Spud Boy in the chat.
Well, Quagmire's in all kinds of trouble this game now.
Yeah, he's living up to his name.
Yeah, that's exactly where he is right now. Because now I don't understand there why he didn't try to break his yellow out. He could have gone like 3 rails there and into that 8-ball and broken his yellow out off that last shot. I don't know what he's doing here, but it's not working.
No. Yeah, I don't think he's got many options here.
That wasn't a very good shot. He's thinking about covering that 8-ball up, and what would be better is to get that ball over on that long rail so you've got a ball to break it out. And what would have been even better is trying to break it out the shot before that.
Let's have a look at this red that's on the knuckle.
Boy, I would have.
That's fine.
That last shot, I would have looked at thinning that red that was on the knuckle and coming over and moving stuff.
Now, that is not the best of shots in the world.
Well, she was acting like she couldn't get to the 8-ball there and trying to move it, which
I don't know why, because it goes every day of the week. It goes now, obviously, because you brushed the thing out, but there was no need to do that.
That's okay, Hugh. Let her think that she'd made a brilliant move there. Don't rain on the parade.
Yeah, it could have been really ugly.
Well, this has been pretty one-sided, and I think Quagmire's better than this, but strategy-wise, he's making a lot of mistakes.
By the way, Larry and Popman, the only thing to bear in mind is if you're trying to set a match to suit me, I mean, what's your deadline? Because if you set it on a Tuesday, and it's sort of early afternoon for Larry, it doesn't matter to me on a Tuesday. It doesn't matter to me on a Wednesday either, because I'll be off those days. And I'm also off the Thursday, but don't set it late on a Thursday because I'm back at work in the morning. So, you can set it any time you want on a Tuesday, late afternoon for Larry, if that suits him better. I don't care. I'll be there as long as I know it's on.
Well, he's going to need to get on this red the right way to be able to get to the black. And that's pretty good there. That's pretty good. Now, if it's me, I'm trying to run into that top yellow ball because it's a lot easier to control where it's going to end up just bumping it.
Right. When you say the top yellow ball, Steve, you talking the one that's in front of the...
That one he just
That
hit.
one, right.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah, he played that really well. So that's a little bit more what I expected based on what little I'd seen of him in the past. I also just noticed his player picture. That's just a little extra for your female opponent to want to drill you.
I haven't even noticed this picture yet.
I mean, talk about motivation for winning. Probably used to that being on here with so many guys.
And this table is not bad. It's just that the 8-ball's restricted in where it's going.
Oh, it went in. Yeah, I mean, but really, it goes well in both side pockets. So, she should be able to get to that 8-ball.
Well, the most
Well,
obvious.
a lot of stuff can go wrong here if you hit this wrong.
I mean,
Yeah.
well, that's gone wrong.
Well, you know, I mean, she got an angle which was good, given that you hit that and it moves over to the short rail, which it didn't. She got it so thin it went back up the table.
Now, it wouldn't do her any harm if she run into one of these reds here just to stop it, the cue ball leaking away too far.
Well, you're not going to avoid running into a red.
No. Well, that's taking care of the problem with the 8-ball being restricted. But this will need a good shot.
Well,
look at how far this cue ball's got to travel.
It's still pretty restricted because she's got to get this down table. Yeah. It doesn't go any quarter and pocket down here. So I think this is going to have to be a top left English shot. Yeah, either that or stun it, bring it back. I think you got a better chance of making this ball with top left. Yeah, I'm not sure what she's doing. I don't think this ball goes, does it?
Well, I think that'll go in off the draw, Steve. You've just got
to... Maybe it does.
Just skim the 2 reds and no more, and it's going to go in.
Yeah, that's tight.
And that's the problem.
Yeah, it was real tight.
But
well, if it's going to end up someplace, that's not a bad place. Well, we'll see what Quagmire does here. He's got a shot right here to move it. And he's going to play for a free ball, which I think is a smart move.
Disaster. He hasn't hit a rail.
Oh. He's going to give up a free ball, which is not a smart move. Wow.
Now, this is where LS3 needs to get the thinking cap on.
I mean, the thing was, even if he hit the rail, you know, unless he got her locked on that red, she was going to have an easy 1-rail kick at the 8. And you can just slow kick it if you don't want to move it.
She's now she's trying to push her red forward and draw into the 8-ball here. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that shot just because it's so out of control, but I'm sure she's liking it right now. That was a little stub-esque there, you know, wham it and hope.
Yeah. Well, Quagmire now needs to make the most of the 8-balls get in, so that's coming back up again. Wee rack.
Well, he's by no means out of this match at this point. I mean,
right, so
he's Republic of Ireland. Is that normal Ireland or Northern Ireland?
That's the Irish Republic, Steve. That's Southern Ireland.
That's the Southern, okay.
Right, so LS3 on the reds. Now, can she see that one? No, I've got that wrong because it's Quagmire. My head's all over the place. I'm reading chat and looking back. That's the biggest failing I've got. The time I look back at the screen, things have changed. So Quagmire in the yellows. Now that one up top, that doesn't go. You need to convince me that that goes. No, that's not going. Right. He didn't jab into that enough. He needed to get a little bit more zip on that. Now he's looking at that yellow up table. I'm not convinced it goes, but then don't trust my eyes.
Yeah, that's pretty tight.
Well, here we go. around the houses and hope you don't hit a red.
Well,
He's
he can
cutting
shoot
that
the
in the side.
yellow. He can shoot the yellow in the side, and then hit the other yellow in the corner and break that, and bump that yellow yellow that's in trouble. He needs to shoot this yellow in the side pocket with just a little bit of left English and come straight across. Then he's got an angle on the yellow in the corner, and he can get into that yellow ball that's tight. I mean, that's what he needs to do.
Now, are you talking about him going into this gap between these three reds? Or going beyond the first red?
Between the red and the 8-ball and the red. He might not even need any left English. He's trying to go up above. I mean, all he need to do is come across between that red and the 8-ball, so it'll leave himself an angle. I'm not quite sure what he was trying to do there. Yeah, it may have been no English at all. He just wanted to go between the 8 and the red. Well, I think instead of, I think she should just shoot the red that's in front of the yellow at this point. She's not going to.
Yeah, she's going to keep that as a
safety valve in case she dogs it, because really she should be out here. She needs to play this red in the corner and get on these two reds so she can shoot them in the side. She's not doing that. I'm not sure what she was thinking there. She needed to hit that ball with inside English and just come up so it could shoot the red on the sides.
Yeah, just straighten up off the rail and then you've got them in the side pocket.
Well, I guess maybe that's why she left the yellow there. I mean, if you're not going to be able to run out, you don't have confidence in it, that that's what you need to do.
Yeah, again, I think nerves affect people in different ways, but one way is not thinking straight.
Oh yeah.
Doing what you would do
that.
normally, and if you were in practice, it would just come natural. You're on autopilot in that respect. But in that shot there, that was unnecessary revolutions in the cue ball in the wrong direction.
Yeah, well, I've gotten real dumb before playing pool, and it's cost me some big things doing stuff that I know I shouldn't be doing and do it anyways, and just yeah. So pressure can do that.
Well, unless Quagmire gets clever here, he's
he's really got to think about. He could bump this yellow with a long rail and stick the cue ball right behind this red.
Yeah, just get it locked up
and try to get it up on it. And I mean, it's not a guaranteed shot, but hey, it's not that hard. I mean, this is no good.
Yeah,
I mean,
just bank it in, bank it towards the pocket. But well, what does he do now?
Well, I think he should have. I think he should have tried to just bump that yellow and get behind the red and see if he can get it locked up enough where she can't make it.
And I don't even think he can get around the angles behind that red to kick that yellow. My eyes don't tell me he can get that line.
Well, he can kick it. He can kick off the end rail. But the chance of doing anything good with it now you're relying on just getting lucky at this point, because you need to make that.
Yeah, he's trying to cut across the yellow and just catch it like that. Now he needs to get lucky. Well,
that was a low percentage chance of coming out anything good there.
I'm going to stick my head in the chopping block here, but this will be a fail if LS3 doesn't take this out. I mean, there is no problem whatsoever other than what she's got.
She's already gotten funny. One shot and she's funny.
Too straight in this one.
Yeah, I mean, you got to make sure you get angle. She's okay here. It's a good thing she had this safety valve ball, or in a real trouble.
Oh, that's not going.
Oh boy.
Well, here's your chance, Quagmire. It's not easy. but I think he's got to nail this. I mean, this is an unexpected opportunity, so you've really got to get this put away.
You know, I think some players have trouble shooting balls that are on rails and stuff. I'm going to give you guys a, yeah, Sylvia, your test worked. You are typing.
That's good.
I'm going to give you guys a tip that I use in real life when I'm on the rail. And I think one of the reasons it's difficult to shoot rail shots is because you can't see the whole cue ball, the rails in front of it. So, you know, everybody aims a little different, but the way I aim, I need to look at the whole ball. So what I do when the ball's on the rail is I look down at the cue ball and I imagine like I have X-ray vision, like I can see the whole cue ball, and I'm looking at the whole thing in front of the rail. I don't look at the top of the ball, and that really helps me pocket. And I think that'll work in VP2 if you need to look at the whole ball, even if you can't see it. Just sort of imagine the whole thing being there.
Interesting idea.
Well, I mean, it works for me, but you know, the way I aim balls, I look at whole balls. I don't like pick edges or slice balls up or any of that stuff. I just look at the whole ball. Well, I think she's gonna have to come up with a plan for that. I would probably bank that one red right now because, you know, I mean, this table's going nowhere without getting that out of there.
You know, I don't see any major harm in just banking this to the bottom right hand corner, because at least it gets it out. You're going to concede the table.
Yeah, well, you bank it at pocket speed so that, you know, if it doesn't go in, it hangs around the pocket and maybe blocks it. But, you know, running balls, all you're doing is saying when you run all your balls and leave one left, you're basically saying my opponent's going to dog it. You know, either my opponent's dumb or my opponent's going to dog it and leave me an easy way to win, because you've really lost the game at that point with anybody that, you know, plays good blackball. You know, the best thing she could have done was miss that ball.
You know, the thing is that, you know, when you know, like you said, if she keeps spotting balls and leaving that red ball there, she's asking for trouble, because any, you know, sensible player's going to get her locked up good and proper.
Well, she had a bank on it that, you know, was a bank that, you know, reasonable chance of making it. And, you know, if you hit it the right speed, you got a chance to improve the table position. You still got a bunch of balls left on the table to block him or to shoot at.
Larry needs a tip for shooting frozen rail balls. Is that in real life or in VP4, Larry?
Are you talking about the object ball being frozen on the rail? I would assume that's what he's asking about.
Both.
Oh, when both balls are frozen on the rail. The cue ball and the, yeah, well, so I'm assuming you're meaning they're in a straight line, like on the long rail, and they're both frozen to it. So what you want to do with that shot is you want to hit it with some English towards the rail. In other words, like if the rail's to the right of the cue ball, no, now he's saying no. He's saying he has an angle. So the cue ball's on one rail and the object ball's on a different rail.
Yeah, I've lost the plot here. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not sure which ball's frozen. He said both, but he said both. That's why I was asking if they're in a straight line. If they're both on the same rail, that's different than one's on one rail and one's on another rail.
Oh, I don't like this LS3.
any angle frozen object ball. Well, the problem with balls that are frozen is that you know, you've effectively made the pocket really small, and you have to get rid of the throw of the cue ball, and there's a couple different ways that that can be done. I think in VP4 the best way to do that is with a little bit of outside English, more angle, maybe a little more outside English. But if the frozen ball throws into the rail, you know, it's going to bounce off the rail, and that's not good.
Well, that was a good pot.
You can also reduce the amount of throw drastically by hitting it with a lot of speed, and inside English can help that too. That's going to not work as well in VP4 as it does in real life. I think the best plan in VP4 is probably going to be a little bit of outside English. If you're fairly straight on it, you get a little more angle. You get, you know, like a 30 degree, 40 degree angle. You're going to have to put more English on it.
Right, I'm going to abandon Steve for 2 minutes. I'm going to put the heating off. Be back in a sec.
Well, let's see what's going on here. LS3's at the table again. And she's got to decide what she wants to take here. I'm thinking she's probably going to want reds, but yeah. Oh boy. Well, didn't come out of that very good. Yeah, she got away with it. She had a shot, so I'm expecting maybe she's going to run out here. Boy, that's another funny one, and rolled up almost dead perfect on that red, even though it's a 3/4 of an inch away from it. This is one of these mystifying runouts. Now, there's one of these balls we're talking about that's frozen on the rail. And definitely got to hit that with left English. It's going to make it. You know, if you're straight on that ball with these pockets, you can probably roll it without any English, but you get an angle on it, it's going to be really hard to make it without putting English on it. Yeah, the tough part here is making this and get on it. I would hit this with low left. The left will help you get this in the pocket. She's going forward with right, which, you know, that's rough there, because that's just going to make the ball throw even more. Rail first inside if it's an extreme angle. Well, that's good advice, Albin, because yeah, I mean, at that point you're coming back off of it. I've played on a lot of tight pocket tables in real life, and you know, shooting balls that are frozen to the rail on tight pockets is really tough. Well, Quagmire, that's an interesting use of the free shot. Wow.
Right and back. What have I missed?
Well, Quagmire just took a free shot and made it harder, not easier. That's pretty hard to do, but he did. This one's got a hustle.
That's not bad. Needs an angle though, and that's the angle.
Yeah, everything's wonderful. Well, it looks like we're going to have a match here. I mean, I feel like LS3 should actually be quite a bit ahead here, but just hasn't recognized some situations and made a couple bad choices. So, I mean, I think both players are making some not so wise choices here or there. I think the player that either gets a little lucky or starts making better choices is going to win.
Good evening to Albie, the hot favourite for the tournament. Brackets behind semi-pro, that is.
Oh boy, that's putting a lot of pressure on Albie.
That's going to stir them up. Zangetsu lying in the wings.
Yeah, I'll stir him up. I'll stir it up even more. I'm picking Mal.
Oh, Mal's got no chance. Mal's watching. That'll bring him into the chat as well. That's how you find out who's out there. You say the odd thing about them, and suddenly this chat opens up.
Afternoon run out, Rob.
There's Mal hiding in the background there, watching and listening to see if anything's said about him and that. And I just go and put my foot straight in it.
Well, I mean, this is going to be interesting because the Reds are sitting not that wonderful, and I'm not sure what Quagmire is going to do here.
Oh, he's going to do a stub.
It's a stub, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Give it the old blast, and there's the old...
And, that's one of the problems with old blast Ola in this game is that you pot your opponent's ball, and now they've got a free shot. I mean, that's a huge penalty for taking a whack like that.
Well, there's the problem Yellow dealt with. Now the other problem's the 8-ball, because it's got one.
My question is, why didn't she try to bank that into the red that's in the pocket?
Yeah, that's another point. Yep.
I mean, if you're not confident, you can hit it, but it's a big target with the red sitting in the pocket like that. You can miss the ball, but still hit that red in.
Good evening to Rob. Good afternoon.
Well, maybe she's not thinking that way, that she can pot the opponent's ball on a free shot.
But that's another thing, that just not being 100% wise to the options available to you with the free shot.
Well, I was going to say she's from the UK, she should know this, but then you were going to say, well, you wrote the code and you don't know it, so
exactly,
I could keep my mouth shut.
You're the one that was asking, can you pot the opponent's ball with a free shot?
Yeah. I forget stuff.
Well, Quagmire's got a problem here, so...
I'll tell you what's worse is try writing a code for 4 different versions of pub pool and then remember which one's which.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a death by torture here kind of situation. I mean, I know guys that would just torture you to death, just locking you up behind balls.
Have we still got that the version of pub in VP4 where it's got the D?
Yeah.
Rather than the kitchen line. What version is that? Because I don't remember. Is that?
Well, we have 2 of the, what was it? ES, not ESB. The other association starts with an E. We've got 2 different versions of that. We've got the old version and the newer version, and then we've got the Bapto rules too. Right. There's actually 4 pub versions in this, I don't think anybody plays most of them.
What's the one that's old? There's one that's called Old.
Yeah, that's the one that starts with an E. I can't remember the name of it. That association, they're old rules because they made a major rule change. So, you know, both of them are in there, the old ones and the newer ones.
Well, LS3 going for the kill in this rack.
EPA, Cobra says. That's right. It's EPA. So, yeah, it's got 2 different EPA versions. It's only got the current Baptos. They didn't change that much, or the current when I did it.
When are we going to get the stripy 9-ball, Steve?
A stripe?
Oh yeah, a stripy 9-ball, like the one that they're playing in the World Pool Championships at the moment.
Are they using the Dynaspheres? Is that what they're doing?
Yeah,
or, you know, that's the thing is I think it's a Dynasphere set or one of the Dynasphere sets. The Dynasphere balls are interesting. Those are basically the Cyclop balls. So what happened was, I think Cyclop, they went out of business or they were bought by somebody before or after going out of business. But that's the same technology as the Cyclop balls. And at this point, it's pretty good. Those are, you know, they're very nice balls. They really are. And the interesting thing is, the only difference in the different price points on them is the fact that the higher price point balls take more steps in the manufacturing because they have more, you know, things going on as far as inlays and stripes and things. But they're all the same balls. In other words, the cheap balls are just as good as the really expensive ones. And that's sort of unusual, you know, because like if you go buy Aeromith balls, I can tell you this right away that the cheap balls aren't anywhere near as good as the expensive ones.
Now, what's Spudboy talking about? What the hell's the elephant balls?
Elephant balls were balls that were made for. They're basically like practice balls. They have markings on them.
Right.
I don't think they're bigger. I have a set of them. Hang on, let me go look.
Now there is a line I could say here at the moment, but there are ladies present, so I'm going to bite my lip.
Well, I don't know where they are. I've got a set of those elephant balls someplace.
Cobra says he was joking.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they called them elephant balls, but there was one that was like half red, half black, and then there was another one that had a big, thick stripe on it.
I think I don't know what set of balls they were using. Was it Moscone? And that's the one where the 4-ball was normally pink, but the 4-ball's now purple. And then there's another ball that's pink. That's got me totally confused.
That's the same thing. Like the Dinosaur sets have done that. You know, they keep changing the colors. Well, the Cyclop balls were different, even different than that. You know, and CSI was using those because the 6-ball was lime green. I mean,
that's the one. Yeah, there's a lime green ball as well, which is even more annoying.
Yeah, it's. Boy, this is tight. She may need to hit this with a little bit of left English. I think that red ball may go if it's hit with some left English. You cannot. I don't think you can make that straight on. Let's see if she understands that. Yep. She's hitting left.
Yep, that's legal.
Good shot. Okay. Well, she understands that. That's good.
Could have done with spinning through a bit further to take this other one, but she's an awkward one.
Yeah, well, you just got to hit this good. It's easy to rattle this, just like that. Yeah, that.
Oh, well, look at where she's finished though.
Yeah, it's
Quagmire won't be happy.
Well, I mean, the thing is that if she missed that ball, there was a pretty good chance that's where it was going to end up. The fact that she got behind this other red is fortunate.
I see Van Boning recovered to win earlier on today.
Yeah, I haven't
He had a
watched it.
good
Wasn't it the
finish.
Whirlpool Championships going on? Where are they playing that this year?
Milton Keynes,
Yeah.
which is somewhere in England. I don't even think many people in England know where Milton Keynes is.
That's still 9-ball, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They have to change that to 10-ball.
I don't know why they call it, why the tournament's called the World Pool Championships, because obviously they don't have the rights to the name. I mean, there's the other World 9-ball Championships coming this year. I think it's at June or July or something.
Oh, this one isn't match play?
It's Matchroom, you mean?
Match room? This
Oh
one that's going
yeah,
on, isn't it?
yeah.
It is
Semmel's
match room.
organising it all, but yeah, they've just decided to call it the World Pool Championships. You know, that always tends to suggest that it's all different formats of the game, but it's only 9-ball.
I thought it was always called that.
No, when it was.
They had the World Masters and they had the World Pool Championships, I thought.
Yeah, was that what it was called when it was in Qatar? When it was the.
Maybe it was. Maybe this is what used to be the World Masters. I don't know. I get confused with it.
Anyway, 8 racks to 4, so it's a big climb back for Quagmire. Only the race to 11.
Well, it could be 9 to 4 here pretty quick because there's not a whole lot of trouble here.
Oh, that's used all the pocket. See, that's always a nice pace when you're hitting it to the jaw like that, because that nice pace means it's still going to drop.
Yeah, I mean this is over. Need to roll this down to the end rail. Yeah, see, I don't like that. You roll that to the end rail, it's very easy to get up on the 8-ball. Now she's going to have to hit it with draw. See, that could have easily rolled up on that red or done some funny thing. You roll down to that end rail, you can just spin it with a little English and go right up table on a good line. And it's little things like that. You say, oh, well, I'm going to get out from there. But, if the other way is 10 out of 10 and the way she did it's 9 out of 10, you still get that 1 out of 10 that you don't end up winning the game, potentially. Well, this table's a mess. Well, not anymore.
I don't know, Cobra.
Solve that, didn't he? That's one way to solve it. That was a stub solution there.
What did he do? God. Bang at a ball and pocket the 8-ball?
Well, there was about 5 balls clustered in the corner pocket, and he just slammed into them. The 8-ball went flying across the table into the other corner.
That definitely sounds like a stub shot. Yeah.
Oh, that was well, it was a very unusual table. I mean, it looked like a wedge in one pocket where all the balls get wedged in front of a pocket. It was really ugly looking. Have never seen a table like that in blackball. And I mean, especially because it was up in the kitchen. Well, all the balls went up in one corner in the kitchen.
This is all over. How come I've stopped my clock? What have I done there to stop my clock? I might as well delete that because it's only at 9 minutes.
Who's an LS3's profile picture? Is that from a movie?
I don't know who that is. I presume it's somebody she knows. Yeah, this is game, set, and match, folks. Quick look to see who LS3 gets next. She'll probably have a little wait, I would imagine.
So this is a loser's bracket match.
Yeah. Comfortable win for LS3 by 11 racks to 4. Now let's see how that looks.
Cobra's been pretty good at predicting.
Well, did Cobra not call the... I think Cobra wasn't far off calling the stump result last night, was you not? Where are we?
He says it's Robert Carlyle. Who the heck is that?
He's
Is that an actor?
He's an actor, is he not? Now, why can't I see LS3? Oh, there she is. Well, it hasn't updated yet. It will update in a second. But as I say, she's going to have a wait.
Well, you can press the refresh button.
Yeah, it's just done it. Now, back to the event page. Quick look to see where we are. Nothing's changed. We've got the 2 matches tomorrow afternoon, or breakfast time for Steve. We've got Cheeky Chico and Semi Pro. That is 3 p.m, so that's 9 a.m. No, it's not. That's 10 a.m, isn't it? 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Yep, 10 a.m. East Coast time. Cheeky Chico and Semi Pro in the winner's side.
I can probably do that one.
Snake Eyes against Sylvia is tomorrow night, or tomorrow
noon my time.
In fact, it's actually after that. I keep forgetting.
It's right after it.
Match. So that's
I can't do that one. I got lunch.
And then there's the John Boo Legit Matthew match. That's on Monday at 8 p.m. So that is us up to date. I think I'm going to go and catch a bit of the golf and see how things are going before I go to bed, get a cup of tea.
Well, if you want a quick summary, it's going well for Scotty Scheffler.
Oh, I think they've...
But Shane Lowry's making a little run, and so is Cam Smith. So
yeah, I'd like to see Lowry do it again. Well, I don't think he's not at the Masters. He's at the Open. I don't think he's at the Masters.
The only major he's won is the Open. He's kind of a funny guy because he plays not so great most of the time, but when he gets it rolling, he's got a chance, and he's got a great short game, which is what you need around this place.
I haven't seen what the weather was like, but I think everybody said it was going to be chilly today.
Well, yeah, it's cold and breezy.
Oh well, that'll suit Shane Lowry.
It's normal Scottish weather.
Oh yeah, that's it. All he needs now is horizontal rain, and that'll be a perfect day for golf. Right. Well, thanks again to everybody watching. Thanks to Steve for popping in, and he's going to join us for let's just say the box office match tomorrow afternoon. Hope you can join us for that. So until then, we'll bid you good night. Take care. Back to work in the league, Steve. And we'll see you again soon.
All right. Good night, guys.
Right. Good night, Steve. See you later.
Good night.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious.